This was enforced under my uncle, David Miscavige, Scientology's leader. And now, a Scientologist, Elizabeth Moss, profits from playing a woman who escapes a system just like this, all while supporting one in real life. The Handmaid's Tale is my real-life reason number 2. I grew up in Scientology's most dedicated group, where you sign $1 billion year contracts, and you're not allowed to have children. The Handmaid's Tale is my real-life reason number 1. Scientology took me from my parents from ages 12 to 18.
New notification.
My dad begged to see me,
New
and they threatened
download
him with
update.
ostracism,
Press the PS
punishment,
button for
and losing
details.
his entire family if he tried to push this. My uncle David Miscavige, Scientology's leader, made sure of this. And now, Scientologist Elizabeth Moss profits off of playing a woman escaping a cult, even though she funds one and publicly supports one in her free time. The Handmaid's Tale is my real life reason number 1. Scientology, as someone who was born and raised in Scientology and later had to escape, and as someone whose uncle runs the entire group, I want to take this moment to thank the everyday citizens who go to Scientology centers and confront them and troll them. Because the government might be bought off by them, but everyday people who actually care about this, I see you and I appreciate you very much. Not once in all the years that I've exposed Scientology abuse has a single government official reached out to me. I'm talking about child trafficking, neglect, SA, elderly abuse, financial fraud, and so much more, corroborated by hundreds of people. Instead, I've seen cops and state attorneys target protesters and protect Scientology. Every TikTok, every social media post raises awareness, especially for a younger generation. Scientology recruiters are actively trying to bring new people into a dangerous system. They are not innocent victims. They need to be stopped, and they're constantly caught on camera bringing minors into their recruitment centers. The best place to stop Scientology is before it opens. So I thank you. A Clearwater detective was caught working with the state attorney and a Scientology operative to have a former member arrested for reporting a battery.
Looks like it now goes to 22,000.
as a child. They told me that I had no real friends. Psychological control was enforced under my uncle David Miscavige, Scientology leader. How in good conscience can Elizabeth Moss play this role and be a high level of control of Scientology? The Handmaid's Tale is my real life. Season number 4. In Scientology, if you disobey, they are punished and broken. As a child, I spent months scrubbing bathrooms. I was made to eat in the bathroom. They interrogated me for hours every day. They asked me questions as a child. They told me that I had no real friends and that I was evil. This kind of psychological control was enforced under my uncle David Miscavige, Scientology's leader. How in good conscience can Elizabeth Moss play this role and be a high level of control of Scientology? The Handmaid's Tale is my real life. Season number 4. In Scientology, if you disobey, you are punished and broken down. As a child, I spent months scrubbing bathrooms. I was made to eat in the bathroom. They interrogated me for hours every day. They asked me simple questions as a child. They told me that I had no real friends and I was evil. This kind of psychological control was enforced under my uncle David Miscavige, Scientology leader. How in good conscience can Elizabeth Moss play this role and be a high level control of Scientology? The Handmaid's Tale is my real life. Reason number 4. In Scientology, if you disobey, you are punished and broken down. As a child, I spent months scrubbing bathrooms. I was made to eat in the bathroom. They interrogated me for hours every day. They asked me simple questions as a child. They told me that I had no real friends and that I was evil. This kind of psychological control was enforced under my uncle David Miscavige, Scientology leader.
Yo ya hice el coso afuera, todo.
Moss play this role and be a high level control of Scientology. Handmaid's Tale is my real life. In Scientology, if you disobey, you are punished and broken. As a child,
That hurt.
Resident Evil.
asked questions as a child. From the bottom of my heart. Someone who was born and raised in Scientology and who later had to escape, and someone whose uncle runs the entire cult. I want to take this moment to thank the everyday citizens who believe in Scientology, confront them, and troll them. Because the government might be bought off by them, but everyday people who actually care about this, I see you and I appreciate you very much. Not once in all the years that I've exposed Scientology abuse has a single government official reached out to help. I'm talking about child trafficking, neglect, SA, elderly abuse, financial fraud, and so much more, corroborated by hundreds of people. Instead, I've seen cops and state attorneys target protesters and protect Scientology. Every TikTok, every social media post raises awareness, especially for a younger generation. Scientology recruiters are actively trying to bring new people into a dangerous system. They are not innocent victims. They need to be stopped, and they're constantly caught on camera bringing minors into their recruitment centers. The best place to stop Scientology. As someone who was born and raised in Scientology, later had to escape, and as someone whose uncle runs the entire cult, I want to take this moment to thank the everyday citizens who confront them and treat them. Because the government might be bought off by them, but everyday people who actually care about this, I see you and I appreciate you very much. Bad news today for my Uncle Dave, the leader of Scientology, and all of the sickos in this world who benefit from exploiting children. You just lost one of your biggest law protectors in government. Attorney General Pam Bondi, who has publicly supported Scientology and their disgusting exploitation of the law to cover up their crimes against children, has just been pushed out of the White House. A pro-trafficking ally gone. This is a big win for people who had their childhood and innocence stolen by Scientology, and for the victims of the island, who Bondi made it clear she had no time for. Bad news today for my Uncle Dave, the Scientology destroyed my marriage. Scientology destroyed my marriage. My uncle is the leader of Scientology, and Scientology destroyed his marriage, it destroyed my marriage, and it even destroyed Tom Cruise's marriage. Nothing says we're the experts on marriage like having your leader's wife, notoriously reported missing from Scientology destroyed my uncle, the leader of Scientology, spent millions of parishioner donations on having his own father followed for years by private investigators after he escaped Scientology. Those PIs were arrested because they were suspected of being hitmen. This is just a portion of the audio from the police interrogation. My uncle, the leader of Scientology, spent. Let's talk about Pam Bondi protecting children in Scientology. I'm Jenna Miscavige. My uncle's the leader of Scientology, and now I'm here to expose Scientology's crimes. In 1999, Scientology flew at least 20 minor children across the country from California to Clearwater, Florida. Scientology bought the plane tickets and paid for the housing. When those kids arrived, they were put straight to work for Scientology, cleaning and carrying folders and working for the organization. They were assigned guardians for legal reasons, but the kids didn't live with those guardians. It was just paperwork. They were only allowed to go to school 1 day a week. They couldn't take off without approval from their Scientology seniors. If they got sick, their parents were not informed. This is called child trafficking. Here's why this matters today. Pam Bondi, as Attorney General, sets FBI priorities. She has influence over what gets investigated and what doesn't. In 2016, she spoke at Scientology's More Innocent Hotel, publicly aligning herself with their anti-human trafficking stance. Pam's #1 supporter is Trish Duggan, a longtime Scientologist and Scientology's biggest supporter. So when the Attorney General has said publicly that she and Scientology are aligned on human trafficking, it's alarming. Let's talk about Pam Bondi protecting children in Scientology.
Some people think Scientology is a cult. Oh, absolutely not a cult. Okay. I mean, a cult, to me, a cult would be some closed uniform. Got it, everybody's got to believe in the same thing. That's definitely not where you're going.
Greg Cardone, nothing is ordinary, and the celebrity using their platform to defend Scientology with new unsuspecting people, especially when that celebrity has never had to live in the same conditions as their workers. They get to see their families while paying into an organization that robs others of the same basic human right, and then they turn around and call those people liars. This is exactly why Scientology recruits celebrities.
How much have I given the church? Maybe $8 or $18 million.
Greg Cardone's $18 million donations funds human trafficking and trafficking. Why do they do it? Because Scientology opens doors for them, keeps their secrets, makes introductions. They won't have to scrub dumpsters with a toothbrush. They won't get held down if they try to call their parents. They won't have anyone sitting outside their door all night, making sure they never escape.
Some people think Scientology is a cult. Oh, absolutely not a cult. Okay. I mean, a cult, to me, a cult would be some closed uniform. Got it, everybody's got to believe in the same thing. That's definitely not where you're going.
Nothing is ordinary than a celebrity using when you pay money for her.
Come feed my dog with me as a dog nutritionist. I'm starting with cutting open 3 whole raw quail eggs for his eye health and brain health. Then I'm giving him dehydrated herring fish for seasonal allergies and to keep his skin and coat soft and shiny. For his base, he's having Sunday's air-dried beef recipe. It's made of human-grade beef, heart, liver, and bones, plus the healthiest superfoods, fruits, and veggies for a complete and balanced diet. You can try it out with your dog for 50% off with code KILA50. And last, for his gut health and hydration, I'm making him some pink homemade beet goat milk. Now let's see how he likes his dinner.
Yo, yo, yo. Pretty good. How are you? Appreciate you for the likes. Everyone.
A la librería. Estoy viendo a la librería a hacerse certificar.
Oh, Yeah.
Van a ser
Se va a hacer pues, malo también.
claro, vamos. Oye, sí, pasé de ahí. Ah, no, pues sí.
El agua, ¿está bien?
New notification. DualSense wireless
Ya,
controller
gracias.
disconnected. Charge the battery.
Espera, te ayudo a poner cómo es.
New notification. DualSense wireless controller connected. Battery
I'm
full.
back, I'm back. Fuck. Hi. Ya.
Mission failed. Sorry, darling.
the hardest thing you struggle with? I see you have those shoes. Okay. Wow. Well, what's something I can help you with? Okay, so I don't have cash, but I want to give you a fresh start card. This is a card here that'll be preloaded with money every week for you. As long as you're using the money the right way, we'll help you out for as long as we can. Okay? What's your name? Jeff? Jim. Jim, nice to meet you. Jim, I help people all over the U.S. and I mostly get them into. You're an inventor? Yes. Well, yeah. Wow. I want to help you with this for now. Okay? We'll put a certain amount, and that way you can use it and buy what you need. Okay? There's restrictions on the card, so you can, buy food, clothes. I'm not Elon Musk. How are you? Are you homeless?
I asked a fake question to prove Mia is fake. My best friend Janet is obsessed with Mia, so I decided to get a soulmate reading to prove that Mia is fake. Here's my plan. I'm gonna ask her about a guy named David, but David does not exist. I made him up. If she gives me a whole fake reading about my connection with David, my friend has to admit Mia's faking it. My reading was ready in a day, which was actually faster than I expected. I opened it up, ready to screenshot the whole thing and send it to my bestie as proof. But the reading said, I cannot read a David. There is no David connected to your energy. And I was like, okay, fine, she's just covering her tracks. But then she kept going. She said, your true soulmate's initials are AS. He is someone from your past, not your future. You already know him, and he has been thinking of you recently. You will hear from him soon. I was shook. AS Alex Sullivan is my high school ex, the one I haven't spoken to in 10 years. And here's the crazy part. He texted me 2 days ago, right before I ordered this reading. So now I'm sitting here like, do I text my bestie and tell her she was right, or do I order another reading? Because I came into this to expose Mia, and instead she exposed me. I'll leave that part for you guys to decide. But I owe my bestie. I'll leave a link below where you can get a free mini reading from Mia right now. I asked a fake question to prove Mia is fake. My best friend Janet is obsessed with Mia, so I decided to get a soulmate reading to prove that Mia is fake. Here's my plan. I'm gonna ask her about a guy named David, but David does not exist. I made him up. If she gives me a whole fake reading about.
Ah, Aurora! No, not anymore. Yeah, just the pack. Yeah. Ciao. Sit.